Avatar and the Way of Water. Sky people are back to Pandora trying to hunt Jake Sully. Sort of out of revenge because of what happened in the first movie, but years has passed and Jack now has a family. Trying to protect and save them, he seeks for refuge with the sea people. And now, he and his family has to learn the way of water. I actually watched the movie twice, but this was my first movie of 2023. Both times was in 3D, but honestly I don't feel like 3D really matters, doesn't add much to the movie. I feel like I don't lose anything by watching something in 2D, and it's less tiring for me. However, Avatar 1 used to be my exception for that rule, because I remember watching back in 2009 and really enjoying the 3D atmosphere. However, I rewatched recently in 3D and IMAX, and I don't feel like the 3D was relevant for me. So in general, I don't like 3D, including in Avatar 2. To be fair, it's good in the movie. It's not just the useless throwing things at your face. It actually gives more immersion, but for me, again, it doesn't add the cost benefit. It's not worth it because it's more tiring. You have to, in my case, wear 2 glasses. Also, the movie is a bit darker. It's more tiring for your eyes and everything, so I would gladly watch only 2D. About the story, this time I guess is more original than the previous one, but I don't think Avatar is a movie about story, but rather the universe. I'm not a father to relate to Jake's fights and conflicts, but I like the story in general. Even though it's a 3+ hours movie, it doesn't seem to be dragging the whole way. Something that I could relate to was being the odd one out that has to prove himself to kind of fit in. The whole family goes through this process, but it's more accentuated to the children. But about the universe, which is the good part, the movie explores a new side of Pandora. There's the sea people. They have their own kind of Na'vi culture, which is a bit different from the forest people. And, add more bioluminescent fauna and flora, which is very cool, has amazing visuals. For example, the sea people can communicate with some of the marine animals. They also have developed some sort of a sign language to communicate with each other when they're diving. They're actually quite different physically as well. They are more greenish than bluish. The arms and tails are a bit different and more prepared to swim in the water. I'm not a biologist, but I would even guess that they are 2 different species with a common ancestor, kind of like when there was Neanderthals and Sapiens, but now they're just Sapiens. But I feel like Pandora would be able to sustain 2 different intelligent species. There are also some whales that play some sort of important part in the narrative. And the sea people also have their own sacred tree. Their horses are kind of like dolphins. Their dragons are more like the crocodiles. And again, I like how the universe got to be more expanded with more biodiversity of Pandora. In conclusion, I really like the movie. And this is the first video of my series 100 hours in the movie theater in 2023. So we are starting from 0 and we're gonna add 3 hours and 12 minutes to my count.